Hello, chess lovers. Welcome back to uh, One Life for Chess. This is Edward, and let's jump right into the chess openings. And today we're going to look at not tutorials but chess openings. So, this is my second video of my channel. So, maybe this might not be the level for you if you were the level of the previous videos level. So I hope you guys catch this up. And this is one of my favorite openings called the Sicilian defense. So anyways, let's go right in. So this is from the black's perspective, and so white starts with the common move, the pawn to e4, and then we we the black responds with the pawn to c5. So this is very common. The Sicilian defense is very common that the white usually does the pawn to d4, but let's go to the normal way that people do. But you could do uh, in your way what you prefer. So anyways, let's go into the normal variation. So the normal variation is the knight coming up to f3, and then we put our pawn to d6. So what this does is this pawn can protect this pawn and uh, block this pawn from coming to the e5 square, and it prevents all those pity stuff. So anyways, the next move the white would normally do is the knight to c3, and or you could do the pawn to d4, but this is more natural for white, so let's go with this. The white does d4, we capture the pawn, and the knight captures the pawn again. But if the queen captures, we could simply put our knight here and develop our piece while we are preventing the queen to attack. So we would develop one piece more uh, further than the white if the queen captures the pawn. So anyways, let's go back and uh, let's go back like this. So the knight takes the pawn, and then we develop our knight to f6, and then white uh, develops their knight, his or her knight, to c3. We develop. We have three ways in this situation: the dragon variation, fianchettoing, and then the other pawn developing variation. So one way we could do is we could put our pawn to a6. What this does is it prevents this knight, no, bishop coming to b5. If it comes here, if this pawn wasn't here, the king would have been attacked, been in check, and other really bad stuffs can happen if this. Wait, sorry. If this knight comes here, this can come here. If it takes, and take. So, or we could say that the line is here. Or we could say like if it does this, uh, and we have a knight here. Here. So if this happens, other like bad stuffs can happen, like this, then it takes this, and it can't develop to here. Anyways, so it's really a bad situation, kind of. If you do this, you can kind of screw up. So I wouldn't prefer doing that. So preventing this bishop can be very good factor for you to develop the game. And if the bishop doesn't come here, then the pawn can develop like this, attacking the queen side. Other stuffs can happen, but I guess this is the normal way that people do. So preventing the bishop to develop to b5 is not really good. So you would want to put the knight to d7 if the bishop comes here. So, or if you want to prevent it, you could actually do this first. But people usually do the fianchettoing first. So I would actually wouldn't develop this this knight until that were castled. So castling is really important in the Sicilian defense. So I would prefer castling first. So anyways, this is the first scenario, first variable that can be considered, and the second is the fianchettoing, as I mentioned. You could put the pawn to g6, fianchetto it after this pawn move. Normally the bishop would come to g5. We could immediately fianchetto, takes, then do something like this, castle right away. So when this happens, we have a complete line of the bishop to attack, and we kind of have this safe king in the squared on the edge, I could say. So creating this castling first is the main purpose, I guess, for me. For me, it's the main purpose of playing the Sicilian defense, trying to make some cool moves, and then castling, saving the king, and then developing your pieces and attacking with this bishop having fianchettoed. So that was the second scenario that could happen. And the last scenario I could say is, let's go back here. So what can happen here is that putting this here, you could bring up this knight, and this knight could take, develop your pawns. You could do that, or you could, if this comes back here, knight comes back here, and comes here. So this comes here, takes, and then you could fianchetto too. So this was the third scenario, and these all 1, 2, 3 scenarios. I guess the fianchettoing first is for me it's what I would prefer. And when you fianchetto your bishop, the important thing you should do is you could develop your knight everywhere to make this bishop be like do an undiscovered attack, like bishop from like over here, like in the edge. No one can see it actually, because when you're developing the game in the center, then you have no time to like look at this bishop if you're certainly in a timed game. So I would prefer moving your knight if you're fianchettoed, and you could actually develop your pieces well in a safe way, organized, and attack better. So this was the Sicilian defense, and I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, give me a like, and subscribe if you like to watch this kind of video, and comment down below if you want to learn more chess openings like this. I could make more if you comment down below what you guys want and what you prefer. And I'll see you guys next time.